The G8 Summit in Huntsville went off without a hitch. No problems, no hassles, everything was ticky-boo, everything was really calm. Huntsville were very happy about what went on because they didn't have to worry about the possible protests and crazy people doing crazy things and damaging their buildings or property. All the different surrounding people that lived around the area where the protester designated site was, they were worried that there was going to be all kinds of problems with protesters and that their properties would get damaged and all kinds of different weird things would go on and it would be really bad because they've seen things on the news and this type of stuff. Well, none of that happened. And everything went off without a hitch. That was the G8. The G20 down in Toronto. What do we get there? We get a whole lot of people doing a whole lot of foolish things. Now, I don't have a problem with people wanting to get out their voice. They want to be heard. They have important issues they would like to be heard about. Okay, that's fine and dandy. Instead, though, we get a whole lot of morons come roaring in there and just decide that they need to smash people's livelihoods. They need to smash people's businesses. They need to smash windows. They need to torch police cars. They got to smash everything in and around all that surrounding area, thinking that this is really going to help their case. What case? It was just a bunch of people wanting to run around and vandalize and smash and break and do nothing of any real purpose. What does that solve? What really does that bring into play as any kind of a voice, any kind of help, any kind of anything? The people that really wanted to protest about the different things that they felt near and dear to their heart, a lot of them didn't get their voices heard properly. Actually, maybe even didn't even get their message out because it was overshadowed by all these foolish people that came running in. And there were just a small elite group of thugs that came in trying to do nothing more than ruin a summit that was put together so that, I guess, a bunch of world leaders could do what they can to try and do whatever they could to try and help. Now, maybe they're not going to help the way that we'd like them to help. Maybe they're not going to do the things that we'd like them to do. But just the same, it doesn't make a bunch of morons running around smashing, breaking, hurting, maiming, burning, destroying off the hook. So they've arrested upwards to about 600 people. You know, and they want you to feel sorry. You see these protesters sitting outside of these designated holding areas. And they're saying, oh, those people in there are really pissed off because they're really hard done by, you know. Well, too bad. You know what? Too bad. You know, those are police officers. Those are people's children. Those are people's fathers, people's mothers. And they're trying to protect everything that's going on down there, too. They're trying to protect the people that have real lives going on in that area, you know. And what do we got? We got a bunch of people that maybe not even from Toronto. And a lot of them aren't from Toronto. They came in. They bust in. Also, they could do one thing. Turn it upside down if they could. And just create a whole lot of damage. Now, you may not like what I just said. And that's really fine, you know. But I have a right to talk, and so do you. So if you have something to say, at least let it be something that's worth listening to. Don't let it be something that's nothing but a bunch of bunk. That's only going to get deleted anyways. So, if you're going to protest down in Toronto, if you had a voice, and you wanted your voice heard, too bad if you didn't get a chance to really let it be heard, because of a bunch of idiots that had no right to be there in the first place. So a lot of police cars, a lot of damage, a lot of property damage, a lot of foolishness went on. Who's going to pay for all that? Well, hopefully the protesters, but not likely. One thing's for sure, though, our tax dollars are going to pay for that. So, really, what was accomplished? A whole lot of nothing. And the news media at least got a bunch of stories that they could write about, and show some interesting video. Well, the problem is they show the same thing over and over and over again. Wow, exciting. Anyway, you know, it's a shame, but there has to be a bunch of morons that would ruin something for maybe people that had a really good voice. Some people that really did have to have something said, that really needed to be heard. And all it did was got quieted by the noise and the ruckus of a bunch of people that didn't deserve a voice and didn't have a voice anyways. What do you think?